That's good. Hey, you want to record? Go ahead, record. I'm making this. I'm trying to figure out how I could arrange these to go on my feeders. So when the birds come, they can have something to land on, because there's a whole bunch of birds, they don't have nothing to land on. So I'm trying to make some type of a gadget here. Yeah. Some type of a gadget, somehow. Where then when they fly in, there's a perch right there like this. I fly in, whoop, I'm on a perch. Or sideways. They fly on sideways like that. I was just trying to make a little thing. Something that you could sell in a store or something, maybe. Now I get all water wells in Kenya. Water whales. Water whales down in Kenya. And that's what this tape is going to be. I'm trying to make a tape. Moseying on into it because I can't get things organized. I realized about myself in the old age, my attention span is about 15 minutes on something. If it ain't finished in 15 minutes, I go on to something else. And I never finish anything. Everything's half finished, or 3/4 of finished, or almost done. The last 44 years here. Okay, now I have a picture of a triune trinity somehow. I have it in my head somehow that this is something I want to do. So let's get another coat hanger and see what that looks like. See the triangle here? All right, now if I put a triangle that way, and then I come back, I make it, put a triangle that way, and then I come back, that'll be more of a triangle there. All kinds of triangles. See how you figure things out? You say, well, what does that look like? What does this look like? So here you go. Now you guys are watching an invention here. I'm inventing. I have a tech degree. I have a 4-year tech degree. I built this house in 1988. I was 38 years old. And I had a 4-year tech degree. Yep. 4-year tech degree. University of Central Florida. Florida Technological University. I got the 4-year tech degree. I got my associates at St. Petersburg Junior College in St. Petersburg. I transferred credit hours back to that place because I had to get out of that area. That area was just too congested for me. I had to be out in the country. I like the run in the morning through the orange groves and stuff. I mean, there was orange groves there, but you had to go for a while and then park your car and then go run and all that stuff. Find some orange groves. Oh, the things I saw down there in the orange groves. I discovered where they dump all their sewage when they pump out the septic systems down there. They drive through the orange groves and spread it out. I watched them do it. How would you like to eat some of them oranges? I don't know what they are. I mean, good God knows what goes down the toilet. They're out there spreading the sewage around that place, eating the oranges. Yuck. Hey, you don't know why people get sick and stuff. I don't know. Osmosis will take and absorb any things that can harm you. Osmosis. That's what they do. Is it's just like pouring sewage someplace. Like you go in and you shovel out the barn and you put it in the back and you put it in the manure. Whatever they call it. I'm not a farm guy, but I was brought up on a farm temporarily, part-timer. So I know what a farm's like. And shovel the manure, you put it in a spreader is what they call it. You put it in a spreader and you go out and you spread it all over everything, right? Well, yeah, well, you don't want to do that down in Kenya. They do it down there. They got crocodiles in the rivers and they They got everything that lives in, a brother lives in that river, and all their turds are floating on top of the river, and the river looks like milk. You go to the refrigerator, get a glass of milk. This is diluted milk, though. You get a big bucket of it. Mommy sends the kids down and get a bucket. Okay, Mommy, they got the bucket, they run down there. Little sister comes running back. Mommy, they got Joey. Who's got Joey? The crocodiles. And she lets out a scream and goes running down there. And there's her son in the crocodile's mouth hollering, Mommy, Mommy, save me. They're going to eat me, save me. And she can't do nothing. It's against the law to kill them. They want the river people, the mud people, off the river. Because they're the ones that keep the tourists away. Because they're always sick. And tourists don't want to come around when there's sick people. So I say this. Put some water wells in, man. Get them out of the river. So they don't be eaten by the crocodiles every year, 100 of them. Documented. How about the undocumented cases down here? Water wells. Father says, well, there's a lot more down here in Billy than just water wells. I says, right now, Father, I'm concentrating on the water wells because they're the ones that are eating the babies, the crocs. And I'm out. That's like an abortion. You have your child, send him to the river for some water. And he gets water, and the croc gets him, and you can't go after the croc with a blow him away with some big, huge 30-06 or something like that. Shoot him in the head. Can't do that. They're part of the culture, the ecosystem down here. They call out the herds when they come across the river. They get the big, the old, the lame, everything, and they bring them down and they eat them. These things are 30 feet long, people. 30 feet. And weigh more than my Ford Ranger. My Ford Ranger truck. And big. And when they don't want to be moved, you can't move them because they dig their claws in the ground and they're really tenacity. And they sit there while you got their mouths taped and everything, But these are things that are huge. 20 guys laying on one, holding them down so they can tie him up and everything. Then they get him up, try to move him. 20 guys on a rope trying to move this thing. He's got his claws dug in the ground. He ain't going nowheres. You ain't moving him, and stay away from his tail because his tail will break your legs. If you get close enough, he senses you by his tail. Whack! You're got a broken leg. Just come over, and if you didn't have anything on, he just eat you for dinner. That's what they do with the monkeys down here. That's what they think the babies are. The little mud hut people. They think they're black. They're black little babies. And they look at him and oh no, I want that monkey tonight. Oh, I'm going to get him. And they study how all of his habits, maybe for 6 weeks or maybe 2 months. I don't know. They know all his habits when he comes down and gets the water. And one day they're waiting right in the area that he gets his water in. They got you. No, there is 3,000 PSI coming down on you. You ain't getting out of that. And then they hear the splashing and crashing. All the crocs go into the water. They're all coming to the feeding trowel now. They got your child. One's grabbing an arm, one's grabbing a leg. Just like in an abortion, they chop off the arm, chop off the leg, and if the baby's crying, they bite the head off. Or the surgeon chops the head off. So you can't hear it crying. No empathy. No empathy. Nothing for humanity. Just give me the money. I got a big barbell tonight with my street corner honey. I'm not saying that all doctors have that idea, but I'm just telling you that's what we're up against, people. We're up against narcissists, psychopathic, sociopathic. Don't give a dang about human beings. Just want the money to pay the barbell, that's all. Or to buy his $300,000 drone they're trying to... China's got us all scared out of death, These things are flying around all over the place. It's all a bunch of advertisement, I feel. It's all a bunch of advertisement because they want to sell their drones. And they cost $300,000. You got $300,000 to buy a drone? If you do, they're going to make them real rich, aren't you? They're going to have all you want. All those drones you want. Where are we on the drone car list or whatever it is. You're sitting in the middle of traffic, you're late, and you just flick your windows out and your wings out, and up you go, and away you go. You got to get to your job, man. That's the way it's going to be. The rich are going to have it, and the poor are going to wait in line and sweat and honk their horn, call everybody names, stick their finger out and all that stuff. While you're here, 300 grand, and you flick the switch, and they come out and they start spinning around, and you float up, and you're off. You're gone. Now, who's going to want to pay 300 grand for something like that if you got the money? And they're looking to say, I get the money, we'll get all the 300 grands, and then we'll lower the price, and we'll get all the 200 granders. And we'll lower the price, and we'll get all the 100 granders. Just lower the quality down. Not so many extras and all that stuff on them, Just bring them down, make them affordable. Once you make a bunch of them. I mean, come on, America. Oh, let's get on the bandwagon and make some of them things. You're going to let China take over again? They came in and stole everything. They came in and stole Hawaii from us. They paid 5 times the money. Japan came in, paid 5 times the money to try to take it from us. They couldn't do it. So China looks, okay. He goes in, how much you want for that? 5 times its value. It's 100,000. You want 500,000 for it instead of 100,000. You want it? Yeah, I'll take it. And they buy it. They buy it all they can get their hands on. And then what? 10 years later, it's worth 5 times what they paid for it. See how we got hoodwinked, people? No, everybody's in government. Not one course in government. A lot of people are in there. Never took a course in how the government works and history and all that stuff. History and government. You want people that have a degree in government and to run a good government. Not some guy, I'm popular. I bought cookies for everybody and brought them to school, and now everybody thinks I'm cool. Now we're all graduated. Now I'm running for councilman. Oh, I know him. He used to bring cookies to school. Okay, we'll vote for him. That's how you get in office. I don't have a degree or nothing. Don't have any knowledge how government works. Get in there and say, where do I go for this? Where do I go? So the first 2 years you're looking to find your way around, just to find your way around. And then you get hoodwinked by everybody who's trying to get you. Backing them, and everybody gets together, and Democrats and Republicans, and who's what, who thinks this, who thinks that. How can I get in government? Well, all the people that want abortion, they'll take and vote for you if you run on an abortion. Kill 65 million babies and you can get in government. How you like that one, people? 65 million. I heard that, my stomach just dropped. Oh, God, 65 million. We haven't increased 1 million since 72. In 72, the zero population growth, we're almost right on it. We've increased 1 million people since that. But we killed 65 million. The birth rate versus the death rate. We've killed 65 million babies. That's more than's been killed in all the wars. Think of it that way. God is steaming. What are they doing down there? He's got a little baby with no arm, no leg, soul. What are they doing to him? Where's his head? Oh, I'm getting really mad. That's what's going on, people. Do you realize what we're doing to our youth, our children? If you don't chastise them, they'll grow up to your disgrace, people. They'll look at you and they'll say, can you wash the toilet? No. Can you wash the sink? Can you do the dishes? No. Can you sweep the floor? No. What can he do? Not much. Well, then pull the plug on him, man. He don't deserve to live. Your own daughter, your own son. You bring him up perverted. They're going to not have any regard for humanity at all. They're just going to get what they can get, grab it and brawl. That's the way life is getting. Ah, man, I've got story after story. It's on my internet thing. People ripping me off and how they did it. And I got proof. Know what they did? I proved it. I had the cops go there and everything. And the owner of the business says, I don't want him back in here. I said, I just spent $6,000 in here this year. And what about my warranties and all that? No, you'll have to go someplace else for that. Well, you're not welcome back in here. Because I caught the guy stealing $100 off of me. And I complained about it. And he was stoned out of his head. He couldn't even subtract. Because he took 250s out of a pile that I had 300 in. I had 250s, 250s, and 250s. And I looked at him. Like, how much more? And he goes, $68 more. And I says, okay. So I gave him 70. And I handed it to him. And I said, oh, I got to go get a tuner. And I turned around and went and got a tuner. And I came back. And he says, oh, he's looking at me. He goes, oh, you know, you're $100 short. I said, what? I just counted it out to you. You told me how much. No, you're $100 short. Those were 250s. Weren't 250s. They were 220s. Now, how do you know that they were 250s? Well, because we went 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. That's $300. To 3 piles, $50 in each pile, because I was starting to build up a pile. And I had my other money on the side with my wallet there, trusting everybody. This guy's standing there. Now, just the guy just before me. This is what really gets me. He was a DJ, and he makes money every weekend. He does 3 jobs. He gets $400 every time he does the DJ. 6 hours of work. And he gets cash. He came in, he counted it all out, $1,200 in a big pile. $100, $100, $100. I watched him count it out. I said, man, look at this guy. And I wonder if he pays taxes on it. Who knows? But anyways, he's got it all piled up and everything. The guy says, that's too much. I can't take time out. I got too many customers. I'll have to take that back to the counter and have him count it for you. The guy goes, he looks at the piles. He says, there's 100 in each pile. Yeah, well, I can't do that. I got to count it. He says, okay, go ahead. So he took back to the counter. He grabbed up all the money that he had all piled. He put it up in a big pile, and took it back there. Fed it into the machine, whatever they do back there. And he comes back out and he hands him a slip. He says, you're $100 short. And the guy looks at him, and I'm looking. I watched him count it out. He wasn't $100 short. He says, you're $100 short. The guy says, man, what are you talking about? I had 12. And the guy steps back. He says, you call me a liar? You saying I stole from you? Accusing you of everything he did. He's accusing you of it. Turning it right back on you like a narcissist does. They're always right. Psychopathic ones. They come right in and they try to game you out of everything. Narcissists. They don't give a shit about anybody but themselves. And so the guy's looking at it. He's all done. He says, oh, if I call the cops, then I got to prove where I got the money. I don't know what's going through his head. He's okay. So he slapped another 100 down and picks up all the stuff he bought and takes off kicking things, And I got took. He got took. There's no way he can get back because he probably don't claim it. $1,200 a week for 52 weeks. I wonder if that's every week, I don't know. But he says every week I have 3 jobs. I'm in big demand, He's a DJ. He does weddings and he does parties and picnics and everything, And it's $400 for 6 hours. He has everything. He has the speakers, the microphones, and all that. And he has an open mic, everything. He can set it all up, man. This guy is a DJ, man. He's making good money, too. And these 2 guys, hoodwinkers, I'd never seen them before. I don't even know if they're from around here or not. I don't know where I looked all over the internet to try to find out if I could find that hoodwinking deal, how you do that, You get their money, and you say, I'll take it to the counter, and they count it, and you stick 100 in your pocket, and it counts it up and gives you back a slip. Here's $100 short. You take it back and get it here. Well, this is what the slip says. I didn't steal nothing. I'm not a thief. I don't steal. They all say that. I went on the internet and researched it. They all say they don't steal. Everyone. What are you accusing me for? I don't steal. All the ones that got hoodwinked, that were hoodwinkers and got caught. They film them, and you see what's going on. Women too. Not just men, women. Take you for a bundle. I had a place that was a packaging place once. I'm not going to tell you what it was or anything. I took my mail into it. And I put it all in there and everything. I had, money, cash, everything. I had all this stuff going in there. And she took it and put it to the side. I said, well, put a piece of tape over that, would you please? I don't want anybody going in there. Would you do it? She says, yeah, I'll do it later. I got a lot of people here right now. I says, ma'am, would you do it now? Because I'm here right now. I want to see you do it. I don't want to go away thinking that, oh, well, she did it and you didn't. And then my brother gets the envelope and there's nothing in it, which is what happened. My brother never even got the envelope, period. We're waiting for it to come in the mail. It never even got there. Yellow manila envelope, too. Gee. Oh, we didn't know who intercepted it. We don't know how it came to his mailbox. He had a mailbox, a box number and all that stuff. So it wasn't a place where people open it up and grab your mail out and everything. No, he had a mailbox. So whoever went to that mailbox, and if that wasn't in there, or it said it wasn't in there, when they're opening it up, well, 20, you want to put it in your pocket, who knows what happened. But Mike doesn't, he just forgets. Mike forgives and forgets. Because I told him, Mike, where's that money I gave you there that one time? Did you ever find it? No, we never found it. There was never any back mail or anything like that. No, we never found it. I never sent cash again. Oh, but then I did. I sent $50 again. And the mail got sidetracked. They couldn't find it for 15 days. I sent it partial post. I sent it before I sent the hat. I sent a hat, right? It weighs nothing, $37 to send it. $37. I mean, where do they think we are making? How much do we make a week? They want one third of it almost to send a hat to California now? What are they getting greedy too? Is the United States government getting greedy? They're trying to keep up. All the partial post people are making it, so why can't we? Oh, well, you want to go partial post? Well, I'll tell you one thing. Where you're ordering off the internet, they're not paying what you pay. It cost me $37 to send it to my brother out in California. And guess what it cost somebody, not even a member of the country, not even a citizen? $6. Cost me $37. Cost them $6 or less to send it, because I ordered it off the internet. And it comes in a great package. Everybody gets them. Everybody knows what's going on. It's bulk rate. It don't cost them. So what do they do? Americans get stiffed again. The foreign countries get the break on ship, but Americans don't. We got to pay full price 3-4 times. That's what Trump was mad about. Yeah, with all these other governments, nobody pays nothing. We're paying everything. Now, I watched Canada on there, some young guys on there, trying to threaten that he's going to put tariffs on United States stuff. What's he looking for? If we drop the $200 billion that we're giving them every year, they're out of business. What's he pulling this crap on for? Just try to get, I'm standing up against the United States. I don't care if they won't give us $200 billion anymore. Now, what are they going to do? Let us get taken over? That'll be a cold day in hell. That'll be a big mistake in their act. They're all thinking this shit. I swore. I'm sorry. But who's listening? I hope people that think and can understand and listen to me. I'm not lying, people. We're letting the United States go down the tubes. I'm a decorated war vet, and if I don't tell you, who's gonna? Nobody's gonna tell you. As they shove it under the rug. They don't want anybody with credibility to mention anything about what's going on in the United States. Because that's what Satan does. He comes in, he weeds everybody out. He takes all the intellectuals, all the people who promote morality, and chops their head off, kicks them out of the country, or puts them in jail. They almost put me in jail a couple months ago because I complained about some guy stealing $100 off. The policeman says, he looks at me, he says, they don't want you back in here. I said, they stole $100 from me, man. I said, the proof right there. The guy couldn't even subtract the 220s from the 50 he took, because I wasn't $100 short. I was only $60 short. Dummy. He forgot to subtract the 220s he took on my other pile, put in place of the 250s. I wasn't $100 short. I was only $60 short. But he had it in his head because he took the 250s, put them in his pocket, and forgot to subtract it because he was stoned. He's an assistant manager, or being trained as an assistant manager. And the assistant manager is training him how to do it. And they're up against this other guy. Mike, he looks like a good guy. He looks like he's with his parents, He looks like, he's just a Christian guy, maybe. But they're hoodwinking him, man. They're stealing him blind. I caught the other guy, the one guy that ripped me off. He went in the back, and he got a guitar, because I was looking for a special guitar. And he says, I didn't see anything up there. He says, oh, there's one in the back. I'll go back and get it. He goes back, brings it up. It is a D Angelica. And it's called the Angelica guitar. And it's beautiful. I got it. I bought it. But he had it stashed away because he wanted it. I said, well, it's $2,000. He don't make that money there. What was he going to do? Yeah, so I can't say, you figured it out. He's got it stashed away. It's not on the shelf, so everybody can see it and buy it. He's got it stashed away someplace. Because he's assistant manager. He's gonna, when the time's right, that's going in his car. And they're going to wonder, what happened to that guitar? Now, I hear that the main office in Chicago has digital taping of all transactions in the store. All they have to do is go back to my transaction. When I bought my Casario piano, it's documented, it's the date and everything. All right? And look at what the negotiations we did over it. And he'll see it. They'll see him stealing that $100. You think they do it? Nope. Nobody did. So I'm saying to the main company, if you want to make some credibility, get some credibility back, show that tape, and then get those people and punish them for hoodwinking. Press charges. I would press charges. Teach everybody a lesson, and then that would go through your whole company. Guitar Center. Go through your whole company what you did, and everybody will start straightening up, or they're going to lose their job. And then that 45 million that you're in the red will be a lot less, because they'll quit stealing, because they'll know that you're doing the Elon Musk. You're going to do the bust. So that's up to you guys. I'll back you up. You want to be honest? You want to pull that tape out and show everybody what they did to me? And show the world? You got a chance. You got a chance right now to do that. And have credibility in people's eyes and become a billionaire. But you won't, will you? No, because you're greedy. And don't let anybody know we got thieves working for us. And this would scare them out of there. That's what Trump's trying to do, is scare the thieves out of the government. They're in there, man. They're taking us. They've already found $1 trillion. And we just on the tip of the iceberg. Elon Musk do the bust. Man, that guy's cool. Elon Musk do the bust. Come on, Musk, do the bust. Bust all the hoodwinkers. Get them out. Let them know you're coming to town. I'm coming to town, and I'm going to get all you hoodwinkers. So when the light comes on, when I come to town, you better scatter like cockroaches, because that's what you're going to be. You're going to be a cockroach in some cell down in some hot part of the country where it's 100 degrees out during the day and you're sweating. There's no air conditioning or nothing. How'd you like that? That's what we got to do. We got to take the reins, people, and we got a man in there that can do it. And if he don't do it, I have confidence in the vice president. I think he's got enough to do it. I don't know if he's got the guts, but we will see. We'll see if he can back Trump up. He must have, to have him, Trump must have confidence in him. He wouldn't ask him to been the vice president. In case something happens to him. Look at it, almost did happen to him. He didn't turn his head. He got it in the air. He turned his head. His wife's saying the rosary for him constantly. That's his power. His power is the prayer that his wife, his beautiful wife, and that beautiful child they had. He has been cultured, people. That man can tell a professor at 18 years old where to get off if they start hounding them about religion or anything like that. He'll put them right in their place real quick. He's been cultured. We got ourselves a leader there, people. We should have a guard on him. That's what we should do, is have a guard on him. And I'm sure they do. I'm sure Trump ain't fooling around. He knows they're after him. He knows what he's up against. He knows that he will probably be martyred for the cause. And what's the best way to go out? For the cause of the people. Be martyred. For the cause of the people. That's good, not bad. The good of the people. Be a martyr for. And you go right into heaven. You get to the gates are locked, and everybody's trying to get in and all that stuff. And you say, hello, I'm out here, who's in there? Can I come in? And they say, who are you? And you say, well, I'm Bill Nixon. And they go, who? Who? What do you mean, who? I've been down here suffering, man. I had nails go through my hands. I was nailed through this hand right here to a 2x4 on Good Friday when I was building my house back in 1988, 89, right around there. I was framing up the cellar, and I had a hand, and I hit a knot, and it went sideways and nailed me to the 2x4. Nobody home. I don't know what I'm going to do, God. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm up to the 2x4. I'm nailed. I had to drop the gun. Now I can't get the gun to do anything with that. What do I need that gun for? I don't need it. Dropped it. So I'm here with a 2x4, nailed to the 2x4, and it's Good Friday. Imagine that. Why would God make me or let me be nailed to a 2x4 on Good Friday? Well, does he have a sense of humor? I look back at it now, and it was right through the skin. It wasn't through my hand. He put it through that skin that's right here, and it nailed it right through that. But it nailed me to the 2x4. I couldn't get on. I go, oh, jeepers, this hurts. Oh, I got to get off this 2x4. How am I going to do that, God? How am I going to do that? And it was like a voice came over, and he says, Bill, are you strong enough to grab that nail and rock it back and forth until it gets loose and then yank it out of the wood? Can you try that? I said, okay, Father. So I grabbed all that nail. Back and forth, round in circles, everything. Ow. I got it loose in me, and I yanked it right out. And I had the nail in my hand, and I grabbed that nail, and I pulled it out of my hand, and I got the scar, man. I got the scar right there to show you. It's right there, man. I don't know if you can make your camera get real big or something like that. The lighting isn't too good in here, but my scar is right there. That nail went through my hand. And I was nailed to 2x4 on Good Friday. Now, what does that mean? Am I special or anything? No. I don't know. It's just what happened. It was just coincidence. I nailed myself to 2x4 on Good Friday. It's a joke. I tell God, I say, God, man. I said, God, does it count if I was nailed to a 2x4 on Good Friday? Can I lift that up as pain and stuff? I get the answer back. I don't know, Bill. No one's ever asked me that. He's great, isn't he? He's a poet. Yeah, he's got a sense of humor. Oh, I love him. Wait till y'all get with him, man. Just confess your sins. Live a good life. Be good to people. Do to them what you want back. And confess your sins. Tell God you're sorry for your sin. You're not trying to do them anymore. You're going to try to fix them. And you're going to try to be a better person. And God will forgive you. He knows your heart. You don't go to confession and say, oh, the priest asks you, he goes, you're sorry for your sins. You go, yes, Father. But in your heart, you're not. But God knows it. So God reads the heart. God knows everything. If you sin in your heart, you might as well have done it in the flesh. That's what Jesus said. Because I know what's in the heart. I know what's in the hearts of men. I travel the world over looking for true love. That's what God is looking for on earth, people. He's looking for someone to love or to be loved by someone. That's a rare treasure in that big universe out there. Love is a treasure. And if you can grab it and crawl. Nobody's taking my love away from me. For God, no sin is going to take my love away from me. For God, I don't want faith the size of a mustard seed. I want faith the size of an avocado seed. How you like that one? Yeah, I'll move mountains if I have faith like that. I'm going to sing, I'm going to pray, I'm going to ask God for another 70. I've already got, he already got 5 years. He only owes me 65 on my birthday. Because when I was 70, I asked God, I said, God, can I have another 70? And now somehow I got up to 150 years I'm going to be old before I die. 150. And who knows? God might change his mind. Let me live a lot longer than that. I mean, look at Abraham, 800 years. I'll take 800 if I'm in good shape. Well, I'll start my own village somewhere. I'll go back and repopulate Israel. No, I won't do that. I don't know. I threw that joke in there. I don't know why. Why? Because I'm an Irishman, and that's what Irishmen do. See green? See the green? I'm the Allegheny country boy. Also known as the Allegheny bullfrog. Ribbit. Ribbit. I'm hungry, man. I'm looking for a brookie. A brook trout. Where are they all? And I go up through the brooks out in the countries, the mountain streams and all that. And I have a little fly rod, little rod with light line on it. And on the end of it, I have a red piece of felt. And I dangle it around. If there's a frog, he sees that, he can't resist it. He's mine. Frog legs tonight. Tell you the truth, I never ate frogs. I got them. I caught frogs on that. But I go to eat them and I go, I don't know, I can't eat. Unless you got like cloved hoofed or something like that. I can't eat frogs. It looks like a human hand or something like that. I can't eat that. Because that's all we are, little pollywogs, you know. We're a little sperm. We go up the river. We go up the river of life. And we land in a nest, and we're fertilized. And God comes and he says, oh, there you are. Here's a soul, and here's a guardian angel, and I'll see you in life if you make it. People, if we make it, that's the way it is now. What are we going to do? Are we going to change them laws back to God's laws? Or are we going to go for genocide? Because here's what happened. I had a daydream. What happens? We don't change the laws. And my daydream was I was standing in a cave, and there was a big bonfire. And all these people were around the bonfire, and they were starving. They were hungry because there was a cave and a big fire, but nothing alive to put on meat on the fire because everything was dead. That's my daydream I had. We're all in caves, man. We don't change them laws back to God's laws. We're all in caves. Looking, what are we going to put on the fire? Nothing's alive. And then we start looking at each other because we're getting hungry. And we become ape eaters. Hey, they're monkey eaters. I eat monkey by mistake, but I ate monkey. That's pretty good, too. I could be a monkey eater. That's what we're talking about, people. If we don't change them laws, we're going to be in a genocide in the United States. And you don't want to see that. Look up Rwanda. What happened? 800,000 people. This woman came and she was on TV. She says, I came home and there was my best friend. He just murdered my whole family. My brothers, my sisters, my mother and father. He murdered them all. How does that happen, people? Because Satan comes in and he eliminates the intellectuals. He cuts their heads off or puts them in jail or kicks them out of the country. And then after that, it's murder. Sheep to the slaughter. Murder, murder, murder. Change the laws. Make it worse until there's a genocide. And then everybody's killing everybody because everybody's a madman. Your brother's killing your whole family. Your sister's killing her sister's family. It's wacky. Satan comes in and takes over. There's no peace, man. He's a murderer. He'll murder everybody. And he did in Rwanda. Look it up. Listen to that woman's testimony. Learn, people. We go against God's laws. It's genocide. Because we're standing at the front of the line right now. God's very proud of us. We've done our job and stuff. But there's those people that snuck in and distorted the laws. Murder and perversion. We got to get rid of those two. We can't have murder and perversion in the United States of America, people. I can tell you that from experience. I was molested when I was 9 years old. 8 quarters. By a motorcycle teenager. Boy, a lot older than me. Had money and had a sixth sense about him. I tell stories about him. What he did. How he paid 2 dykey girls to beat up some woman in the park and rip her blouse off so he could see her bosoms. He was that sick. He went back to Vietnam and I don't know how he got killed, but he was dead. He went back there to pervert everybody, here, I need a free piece of ass here and this and that. I'm sorry, I should have said that. But I went over there, and I'm in Vietnam. I'm looking in the hangars, in Cam Bay. They just blew the whole place up the day before we got there, and we're on leave. Everybody's, we're going to go into Cam Bay, and I'm going to go to the hangar and go to the bar and stuff. I go in there, and there's the bar, and there's right in the middle of the bar, and all these guys drinking a beer, 1,000 guys, right? All drinking a beer, and ha, 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 over this little, looked like a 10-year-old woman in the middle of everybody and had black underwear on. That's all. She didn't have anything on top. But she looked like a little 10-year-old girl. She didn't have any bosoms or anything, right? I looked at her and saw, what are they doing? What are they drinking beer and putting dollar bills in her underwear for and stuff? I'm looking at all this stuff. And her parents are in the background, observing everything. There's America. Morale. Moral. Got a lot of morale, but no morals. We're showing these people how we think. Oh, hey, I'll give us a little peek. Come on. We'll give you, put $1 in her panties. Give us a little peek. Come on now. A little teeny girl. She looks like 10 years old. But actually, I looked closer at her and everything. She was around 20, 21, something like that. But she had her parents with her. They were her chaperone. She danced for the sailors and the Marines and all the people that were in Cameron. They're all here and drinking a beer and this and that. Oh, put $1 down in her underwear, I said, what are we doing here? We're here. We deserve to win this war with our men acting like that. If I would have said something, somebody would have put a knife in me or something, probably. Because everybody was a murderer that was there, just about. I don't know how many people, included me. My fingerprints were on all them rockets, and I'm talking about thousands of them. We loaded up the ship. Each time we went up, it was 5,000 rockets we loaded on. Went up the river and let them go, come back down, load back up, go back on the river and let them go. 16 rockets every 3 seconds in a village with me coming at you. 16. 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. 16 more. 1, 2, 3. 16 more. But we only did it half the ship. It was 8 every 3 seconds. Still, that's a chunk of change right there coming at you. You got more. We had more. I don't know if I want to use somebody's product or anything like that, but we had a lot of rockets, more than somebody has liver pills. A lot more than that. And everybody was collateral damage when like the village, how you tell it. Village, okay, all you people get out, because when they come tonight, we're going to bomb them. Hey, it don't happen. They're told, if you're in this zone, you are considered the enemy. Get out. And that's like somebody coming to your house and say, this is a military zone, get out of your house, leave everything, go. Get now. Or stay here. And what do they choose? They choose to stay there. Take their chances. They got a garden. They got cow. They got a horse. Or they got chickens. They got, they got a little life there. As we came up on one little village there, and a guy was out there. He's crying. I could see him in the binoculars. And I'm looking at him. And he's crying. And he's got his stick with a hanky on it. He's going back and forth like this. And he's got all his kids, the biggest, all the way down to the smallest. There was 8 of them or so. People in his family, and he put them all like that, and they're all crying. You could see them. No mamas, no mamas. You could see them all doing that. I don't know what language they're saying, but I'm saying that's what they're saying. Don't mamas. And they're begging, right? So my captain's looking. It's up to him, because he's been given the Concordians to bomb it. But he has the discretion of going there and seeing if he wants to bomb it or not. And he saw that. It's like Arabs, when they put people on the plows or on the cannons and all that stuff as a protection, so people wouldn't go after them. What was that, Afghanistan or something like that? They used human shields. Well, there you go. So I look at it, and I'm supposed to make a point. What's my point? My point is, we got to wake up, people. We're a sleeping giant. All we have to do is get together and do the right thing. Everything will be right, because the majority of the people want it right. And we got Trump in there. He's willing to give his life. Look at anybody else that got shot in here. They wouldn't be back up there. Instead, he sticks his fist up in the air and he says, I'm ready to fight. And I say the same thing. I say the same thing. Where's my fighting helmet? You know, this always happens. I get a good idea and I can't find the prop. You want? I think it's worthy. You know, give me a second. Come on. I found it. Here I come. Come on. I should have put it on pause. But I go from the Allegheny Country Boy. Hunting, fishing brings me lots of joy. I like them good old mountain streams because they help me think and give me pleasant dreams. I'm a bullfrog. I'm an Allegheny bullfrog. I go hunting and fishing for brook trout. I love the breakfast with brookies, man. Ah, man, I got a special way to cook them, too. I have a film I put on how to cook a brookie. But anyways, I'm the Allegheny Country. But you know what? I'm also a decorated war veteran. I sacrificed a body part to go to Vietnam. Everybody else is running to Canada and burning their draft cards. I'm in the hospital getting an operation so I can go serve my country. Allegheny Country Boy. Hunting, fishing, it's my joy. I like them good old mountain streams. They help me think and give me pleasant dreams. So now I'm with Elon Musk. Elon Musk, do the bust. Come on, Elon, do the bust. Do the bust, do the bust. And I'm going to have a little song to that here in a few seconds. But I am taking off my Allegheny Country Boy. And I'm going to put on. I'm going to put on my red fighting hat. Because I'm ready to fight. I'm sick and tired of being abused and told what to do when I fought for this country. So, Trump them laws, please. I voted for you. And I'm behind you. And I'm willing to die. I'm willing to die to have them laws changed. How about you, Trump? You want to get into heaven? Change them laws. And then when you come to heaven and you say, hey, God, it's Donnie. Donnie, good guy. Donnie, good guy? Oh, no, come right in then, Donnie. You're holy. Just walk through the gates. They don't have to open. Just walk through the gates. Donnie, good guy. There's my prophecy for Donnie, good guy. A.K.A. the Trump. The Trump. And that goes for his son, too. They cultured him, and he's going to be a leader someday. Guard him real good. Don't let them at him. Don't let them pervert him anyway. Watch him close. He'll grow up not to your disgrace. He'll grow up because you gave him everything you had in your heart, not in your pocket. He gets that anyways. But you gave what was in your heart for humanity. You made your mistakes, Trump. I know. And I've made mine. I hang my head in shame. I've made so many. But that doesn't stop God from forgiving you. God loves you. He loves us all. He just wants us to repent. go to confession, eat his body and blood, and live a holy life. And then we can proclaim him on earth. And when he comes, he'll proclaim us in heaven. Because if you offer him up your suffering, bring it to the cross every day, he'll heal it. Because if you suffer with God, when he comes in his glory, you'll share in his glory. Hallelujah, brothers. Hallelujah. Change them laws. Get us back in union with God's law. Amen.